Hello and welcome. My name is Heather and I'm a park ranger with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. This month, we're remembering the eruption of Mount St. Helens 40 years ago, and you're watching the fourth video in a four-part series. When the Army Corps responded to the 1980 eruption, the agency was able to utilize its unique abilities and expertise to manage sediment, but there's a lot more to the Corps. In this video, I'd like to share with you how the Army Corps of Engineers supports our nation through its civil works missions and how teamwork makes it all possible. When Mount St. Helens sent its torrent of mud and debris down the Toutle River to the Cowlitz and Columbia Rivers, navigation was severely impacted. The Army Corps' dredge crews worked tirelessly to clear the Columbia River channel in less than a week. However, this emergency response to restore the channel is just one part of the Army Corps' extensive navigation mission. Annually, the Army Corps manages 485 miles of the Columbia River navigation channel. But that's not all. Nationwide, the Corps maintains over 25,000 miles of waterways. That's enough distance to circle the entire Earth. The Army Corps of Engineers provides safe, efficient, and environmentally sustainable water navigation channels for commerce, national security, and recreation. Navigation locks, like this one here at Bonneville, allow vessels to travel through dams or other obstacles by raising or lowering the water within the chamber. In total, the Corps has 236 lock chambers across the United States. Moving commodities by barge can help cut back on carbon emissions. One tugboat towing 4 barges can move the same amount of material as 538 trucks. That's a lot of traffic. Speaking of reducing carbon emissions, the Army Corps has provided a source of virtually carbon-free hydroelectric power since 1937 with the completion of this historic powerhouse at Bonneville Dam. The Army Corps of Engineers hydropower program is the largest generator of hydropower in the United States, with 356 generators operating at 75 dams across the country. Every year, the Army Corps generates more than 70 billion kilowatt hours of clean, renewable energy. That's enough to power 10 cities the size of Seattle. The hydropower plants operated by the Army Corps save about 50 million metric tons of emissions annually. In other words, that's a savings equivalent to the emissions of 12 coal-fired power plants in just a year. Once the electricity leaves our powerhouse, our partner, the Bonneville Power Administration, or BPA for short, distributes power to customers all over the Pacific Northwest. Since the BPA is a nonprofit agency, their excess revenues go to support things like infrastructure and wildlife habitat. So what does that mean for everyone? It means that with hydropower, we can affordably heat and light up our homes without filling the atmosphere with greenhouse gases. And the future of our planet is something we can all get behind. Another reason to protect our landscape is so we can all enjoy spending time in it. In fact, the Army Corps is no stranger to protecting public lands. Nationwide, the Corps manages 12 million acres of public lands and waters. That's twice the size of the state of Vermont. Let's take a look at some of the many ways to enjoy the landscape. The Army Corps of Engineers is one of the nation's leading federal providers of outdoor recreation. The Portland District alone sees 4.5 million visitors each year, enjoying over 184,000 acres of Corps-managed public lands and waters. Visitors enjoy a wide range of outdoor recreation opportunities, from hunting, fishing, and camping, to wildlife viewing, kiteboarding, and geocaching. We even have indoor opportunities at our visitor centers. The Army Corps' recreation program is made even better with help from our valued partners. For example, Discover Your Northwest manages the bookstores in our Portland District visitor centers and donates its proceeds to help fund visitor centers, special events, and even habitat restoration. So how can you help? When you visit outdoor recreation areas, please remember to practice leave no trace ethics. If you pack something in, pack it back out. By working together, we can ensure a positive experience for everyone. Another mission that goes hand in hand with recreation is environmental stewardship. Let's find out some ways that the Army Corps is doing its part to help protect the landscape. The Army Corps of Engineers Environmental Stewardship Program protects, preserves, and restores natural resources at projects in the Pacific Northwest and across the United States. As we learned in our last video, the sediment retention structure was constructed to improve water quality and manage high levels of sediment in the Toutle River from the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens. Let's take a look at some more examples. The Corps is a world leader in implementing and developing techniques for aquatic invasive plant control through its research programs, public education, and removal. Here in the Pacific Northwest, the Army Corps partners with organizations such as the Skamania County Noxious Weed Control Program and the Columbia Gorge Cooperative Weed Management Area to identify and eradicate invasive species on the public lands we manage. Another important program is fish passage and mitigation on the Columbia and other rivers. In order to mitigate for impacts to salmon and other species caused by the construction of dams, the Army Corps works to improve fish passage through use of ladders, spillways, and improved turbine design. The Army Corps has also funded research into methods for Pacific lamprey to pass the dams. The Pacific lamprey has been listed as a species of concern due to its declining numbers. The Army Corps works closely with the Columbia River Intertribal Fish Commission to restore Pacific lamprey. The commission collaborated with the Corps and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to complete a lamprey bypass system here at Bonneville Dam. To learn more about this important partnership, please visit the CRITFIC website listed in the credits. So as the landscape begins to recover at Mount St. Helens, it's always changing. The infamous eruption in 1980 left a lasting legacy, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers missions and partnerships will leave a legacy as well. The Corps has a long history of facing challenges head-on with innovation and expertise, and this video only scratches the surface of the many ways the Army Corps serves our nation. To learn more about civil works missions such as flood risk management, infrastructure, and regulatory permitting, please visit us online at usace.army.mil and our many partner websites as well. By working together, we can continue to protect the landscape and the people, plants, and animals that call it home.